going on, SC430 community? My name is Henry. Today's video, I'm going to show you how to replace your fog lights and upgrade them, I guess. So the fog lights are right at the bottom of the bumper, the front bumper, whether you own first gen SC430 or a second gen SC430. I believe it's the same in regards to the assembly, but typically to get access to it easily, I should say, you have to remove the bumper, similar to how you take the headlights out to replace a bulb or something like that. I'm going to show you how to do it a different way. It's going to be, unfortunately, based off of feel for the most part, just because there's not a lot of space to kind of like fit your head in there and your hand to see where it plugs in and things like that. But for me, the wheel well, you know, the little cover, it's all kind of damaged anyway, and the bottom undercarriage is basically gone. So that helps with being able to visually see, you know, where your hand's going and how to take it out and stuff. So it may be the same for you, because it's pretty common for those wheel wells to end up, you know, rubbing on the tire, and then they eventually just get destroyed. So we're going to try not to remove the bumper to replace those fog lights, the bulbs, I mean. So today we're going to be using this brand. I'm not very familiar with it. This is a first for me. It is unfortunately a Chinese brand, but I was looking for something very specific because these ones are supposedly green. So my fog lights will be green. I know typically people will go with the basic amber, right? The OEM amber, or go with a white LED, or even go with yellow. I personally have yellow on my other SC430, but on Operation Frankenstein, since that SC is green, I wanted to go with green fog lights. I think it would look really cool. But something to keep in mind if you do go with a different color fog light, to make sure it's a legal color, meaning that you can't have red or blue, and they can't be flashing. Reason being is because obviously you will be mimicking law enforcement, so that's illegal, so you can't do that at all. Green, I'm not sure. I would feel like it would be, just because, you know, it would mimic a traffic light, right? So someone would mistake it as a green and run the red by accident. So I'll show you the fog light bulbs. So when you buy them, they will look similar to this. So since these are green LEDs, it's an LED bulb, and then there will be a little wire ground at the end. When you buy them, make sure it has the divots on these sides. So this one's a semicircle on one side, and then there's a square on the other. So that will help with fitment. We're gonna first make sure these work before I do that. So tools you're gonna need, if you're gonna be doing it my way, you will need a 10mm. Someone's shooting fireworks right now, and it's 12:30. You're gonna need a 10mm socket and ratchet, or a Phillips head screwdriver, and that is to remove the undercarriage of the vehicle that covers up the engine underneath. And then you want to jack up the car as well and take the wheels off, the front wheels off. So right now I only have one jack available, so I'm just going to do one side at a time. So right now I have the passenger side jacked up, and then I took the wheels off. So I think stock that the bolt is a 21. So keep that in mind. It's a 21 millimeter. There's 5 lug nuts. Take those off, take the wheel off, you know, put it under the car for safety reasons, have the jack on, right? And then if you need to, remove the wheel well, just enough so you could basically bend it out of the way so you could see inside of the bumper. Mine's completely destroyed, so I don't have to remove it because I can just look directly through in it. So I think that's pretty much it. You don't really need tools to take the actual bulb itself out because we're not going to be taking the actual fog light housing out. So let's get started. So wheel is taken off. As you can see, I don't have the right fitment, so this would, come out and it would rub against the tire because the tire would be pretty close, and eventually it destroyed this whole thing. So now I have this huge gap right here. So if you're like me, you can just take the wheel off and then jack up the car as needed, and then you'll basically have an opening here. So looking inside, you can see there it is. That's the fog light right there. So super easy. So like I said, if you're doing it, if you have the wheel well and you take the undercarriage out, you're basically going up and over blindly. So we're gonna try to do it without removing the bumper. So to take this out, we just turn it counterclockwise till it pops. That, see? And then you just pull this out. It'll be connected like that. So you can see there's two wires coming out. So this one with the little blue, that's a ground wire. So we're gonna have to take that out. You can pull it out by hand if you can, but typically it's pretty tight on there. So try to take it out by hand if you want to, or you can use pliers. I'm gonna get pliers just to be safe. Okay, so grab that and just pull on it. See? Okay, so I just pulled the cover off. Whoopsies. Let me actually take it out. Okay. So, see that wire? Okay, so there is the light. So there's a clip that you need to remove. So, let's see if it focuses. It's basically, oh geez, it's not focusing very well. There's a clip where my fingernail is. Push that down and out towards you, and then it should just move out of the way. See? So the clip moves out of the way, and then you can just pull it out like that. And then we're gonna have to take this guy out to fully remove this.
Lies ain't a price, baby, I am not buying it. Can't stop now, got too much motion. You hide your emotion. I'm fully loaded. Don't ever hide, I'm just a drop in the ocean. You sort of don't know where to act, baby. Need some money in the city where the bags at. Took her out of work and now she never going back to it. Said it feels better when you come and put your hands on it. Oh yeah, don't got no money, so you spending mine. Back to LA and now we going out.
Okay, so now you want to pay attention to the divots that we talked about before. I believe the semicircle faces upward. So we insert it back in, make sure the clip's out of the way. And then for the clip, you go in, down and backwards. Again. So you see the bulb. It make sure it lines up with that semicircle, and then you want to bring the clip over it and make sure it comes into contact, because if it's loose, it will make the light flicker because of the contacts. So you push that in, back into place. That. So make sure the clip goes in there's a little like hook to hold the clip in, see, so now the bulb doesn't move at all. Then we'll plug this ground wire back in. The cover is indeed broken, but it should still plug in. But it basically connects to a little like T looking thing right here where my finger's pointing at. So, see if we can get it in there. So, like that. So, I'm gonna have to use the pliers to make sure it goes in there all the way. Okay, so there you go. So, for testing purposes, we're just gonna not put it back on. We're gonna turn the light on and see how it looks compared to the amber. Look at that. Pretty cool. The other one's not turning on now. Well, oops, that's probably not good. We should fix that, but there it is. Nice and green. Ignore this, it's stained from when, I'm assuming, when this bumper was repainted. They did not tape this off very well because it's all paint. See how wobbly it is? But put the cover back on, and then now I can put this back on, put the wheel back on and such, and then do the other side. So let me do that, and then we can get started doing the driver.
Need a psychiatrist, your lies ain't a purse, baby, I am not buying it. Can't stop now, got too much motion. You hide your emotion. I'm fully loaded. Don't ever, I am just a drop in the ocean. You sort of don't know how to act, babe. Need some money in the city where the bags are. Took her out of work and now she never going back to it. Said it feels better when you come.
You know, you'll be kind of going blindly because it's destroyed down here, so I can put my hand in here, but can't see anything on this side, so that's where you would use the Phillips head or a 10 mil to take these out, and then the plastic, this one's missing, but you could just peel this and try to see if you can get in there, but just because of how much damage I have to this bumper, I think I will take these two out, and then obviously you would take this plastic out. There's one right here as well, and then you can basically just bend it, fold it over here, and then you'll be able to see what's going on there. So
Don't got no money, so you spending mine. Back to LA and now we going up. Came from the back and now we in the front. Still in the club and now you know we letting time fly. Can't stop, won't stop, hit the skyline while everybody else flies, cause I'm downright keeping things on lock, I'm about mine. Sipping on the proof shots and time fly. Can't stay in one place, we the outside. Going at it all day till it's nighttime. No, I can't see straight, but it's...
okay, so now that we got it moved out the way, you can see we have the windshield washer reservoir here and the fog light behind it. So this is where we'll be kind of under the car, doing it kind of almost blindly, but not entirely blindly. So this is the tougher one. Because obviously we'd have to go at a little bit of an angle here. There's not a lot of space compared to what we had before. So we'll take the cover off. Right. We'll flip that out so we can take the cord out. Right. Pull this out. And see if we can do it by hand, because we can't really see past the windshield reservoir. Okay, well, that's not good. I just ended up breaking it, so I'm gonna have to repair that once I take it out. After fixing wire. I'm gonna put a new one in. Remember that you're kind of in an obscure spot due to the windshield reservoir. So we need to be careful and precise and accurate putting this in. So semicircles facing upward. I'm gonna put it in there, moving the clip out of the way as needed. It might be difficult to see on camera, obviously, but because I can't really get the camera in there to show you. So doing this space off mostly feel. Okay, so after a long struggle, putting that in, put this back in, and go at the same angle you were at before, so slightly diagonal until it pops in like that, and then turn it clockwise so it's vertical. Pop in like that. Now we can give her a test to see how it looks. Cool. Alright, let's put the car back together and see how it looks at night.
Going at it all day till it's nighttime. Now I can't see straight, but it's alright. I'm doing things my way.
And there you guys have it. That's how you change out your fog lights. I did end up swapping them out. You see it flickering probably because of the different LED I'm using. But it came with the remote, so now if, like I said before, the green color can be an issue. If it really does come to that, we can change it. So now I can change them individually. Obviously it's not very bright because I had it on green, because I did test it out. So it is daytime, so it's a little bit harder to see, but we can do different colors. We can even do flashing of different colors. There's a strobe option as well. So I'm assuming there's a fade. There's like a rapid one. Obviously that's crazy illegal, which I won't be doing, obviously. You can just do white as well. But yeah, that's how you swap out the fog lights. I'm gonna go back to my green color and lower it down a little bit so I don't get in trouble by the police. And if I do, I can change it, no problem. Obviously it would be brighter. I'll take a picture at night, but that's how you change out fog lights. If you have any questions, I know this could be kind of a daunting task sometimes, but if you have any issues, be sure to hit me up on social media or email me. Alrighty, so thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.
If you catch my drift.